What if you asked 3 questions on a date that made you more magnetic, that also helped you decipher if the person that you're dating or talking to is actually going to be a match to you? In this video, I'm going to share with you what those 3 questions are, how it will change your own energy, and how it will help you get clear with what you actually want and whether this person is the perfect partner. Now, first off, with this, understand that the questions we ask ourselves go into the energy that we are showing up. So for example, if when we're going on a date with somebody, we're asking ourselves the question, is this perfect person my soulmate? Is this person my perfect partner? Do they like me? I hope they like me. Are they interested in me? Is there going to be a second date? These are all questions that when we ask, they invoke a certain energy inside of us. And the energy that it invokes inside of us is an energy of, ooh, I hope you like me. I hope the energy is good. And it's an energy of searching for approval and for validation. And I think a lot of times when people go on dates and that's the energy they're leading with, that's the energy of the questions they're asking themselves, that goes through their energy and other people feel it. Now remember, people feel what you feel about you. And if you're asking yourself the question like, does this person like me? Are they interested? It's putting them on a pedestal. It's making them very important, and it's in a way giving them the power to either give you validation or to disapprove and not give you validation. So that's the energy frame, that's called a frame that you are emanating. Now, realize this. I'm going to share with you also 2 questions that change everything that you can actually ask them. But I'm going to share with you a question that you ask yourself that changes everything here in a second. But realize that the energy that you are feeling inside of your body, when you are in your own frame and you are present, you are magnetic. People feel that energy. But when you are projecting energy at somebody else and somebody else can feel that, what ends up happening is it's something that then repels. So remember this, the degree to which you are magnetic is the degree to which you are not needy. Non-neediness is the key to magnetism. And non-neediness is when you're not looking for somebody else to fill up the inner childhood needs that you maybe didn't feel like they were fulfilled, or the needs that you're not giving yourself. So the key to this is embodying non-neediness by not needing anything from them and not embodying that energy. So when going on a date, the question you want to ask yourself is not, will they like me? Is there going to be a second date? The question you want to ask yourself is, you want to be curious, and you want to ask yourself, do I have things in common with this person? Do I enjoy being around this person? Ask the other person questions because you're curious, because you're seeing if there's something that you have in common, and you're seeing how the energy is. So think about that. The questions we ask ourselves go into the energy that we are feeling, and it's going to activate either neediness or non-neediness. Neediness means I'm attached to your energy and I'm attached to what you think about me and I hope you like me. Non-neediness is a reflection of being present to the moment, of not needing the means to an end. This is a means to an end. I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to ask you the right questions. I'm going to do my hair a certain way so that I get your validation or approval. Non-neediness is when you're present to the moment and you're having fun. You're going on the date to have fun, not to get this person because it's your soulmate. And think about it as well. If you tell yourself the story, this person is my soulmate, we're meant to be, is this person my soulmate? You're giving so much pressure and importance, and also neediness too. It's needy energy to be attached. Needy energy is attached, by the way. If I'm attached to what you think of me or attached to whether you validate me or not, it's a very different energy than me going in my own frame, being present to the moment, and asking myself the question, do I enjoy being with you? Do I have something in common with you? Do we have something in common? Curiosity in my own field, or projection, are you feeling this way about me? This will change your energy. And if you want to find the perfect partner, begin to get curious by what you're attracted to, what other qualities someone else has that you like, and become aware of that energy between you two. But one thing you want to do is you want to pull your energy back and you want to be in your own frame, and you want to know that dating is a process of figuring out who you have connections to or attraction to and who you don't. So realize that. But start to ask yourself the question, what do I have in common with this person? I wonder, curiosity, is this person and I going to vibe? Instead of thinking to yourself, I hope they like me. Do they like me? If I say this, is this stupid? Like, become aware of these thoughts and realize that they're all survival mechanisms, normally from the past, to get people's validation and approval. You don't need it. And a lot of times what happens is people abandon themselves to make other people happy, to get other people's validation and approval. And the key is to stop abandoning yourself and to start saying what you want to say. Start expressing the real you. The more you share your heart, the more you share the real you, the more magnetic and attractive you'll be. And you're not sharing the real you to get their attraction or get them to go on a date with you. You're sharing the real you because it's who you prefer to be. It's who you actually are. It's authentic. All right? The second question you want to ask somebody else is you want to ask somebody else and find out what their values are. You don't necessarily have to say, okay, what are your values? You don't have to say it like that necessarily. But through talking to someone else, it's very important to find out if you have a lot in common, what your values are in the sense of what's important to you. Your values are what's important to you. We all have values that make up our life. And one of the most important things when dating someone is, do they have shared values? Because if you're talking to somebody, and let's say you value family and friends and connection and your animal, or even your dog or your cat, and say someone else says, you know what, I hate dogs and cats. I don't really talk to my family ever, and I think it's annoying to even do so. And there's like 8 other things. And it's not to say like somebody doesn't have it, they must have a perfect family situation for you to be with them. But in general, it depends on what your values are. Not everyone values the family connection, right? So it's like you have to become aware of what your values are, because your values, if it's the things that are important to you, you want to find out with curiosity what's important to them. Like, it might be important to you. I was watching this show. It's called Love on the Spectrum, where there's these people that are autistic or are have a learning disability or whatever you call it. And they're going on dates. And some of them have never been on a date ever. And it's such a fascinating, innocent show to see these people's hearts, because people that are autistic or have that kind of learning disability or whatever we call it, they're very blunt and honest. And they don't sugarcoat shit the way that a lot of people do. It's almost refreshing to watch. And I've seen the parts of the Europe one, and there's a US one, and I heard some like podcasters talk about it, so I watched it. That was fascinating. There was this one woman though that's on it that was going on a date with this guy that actually was into the law of attraction and stuff. What was his name? Solomon, I think. And it was very interesting. But one of the reasons she had to break up with this guy, and it was so sad to see too, because I could totally see the dynamic between the two, where he just like had his heart broken, and he was like, you led me on, all of these things. You could just tell he was just super heartbroken. And there was probably some level of abandonment wound that was there from his mom or something like that, because it was also his first time ever going on a date. She was the first girl he ever kissed, and he was like 20-something years old, because they kissed on the show actually. But one of the things that she said to him when they broke up was, and one of the reasons they broke up was because she is like an animation person that like makes animated art and stuff like that. She has her own business, and it's an important value for her to have somebody else that is figured out and is on their own purpose. And because this guy worked at Ralph's, I believe, or a grocery store, she was like, he isn't for me because he doesn't have his life figured out yet, and I want somebody that's on their purpose. And that's a value that they have. So that's important. It was actually a good thing that she did that, because she was being true to herself. And it was a value to her to be with somebody that's also on their purpose and on their mission. And in general, especially with the masculine, I think it's important that the masculine is on their mission, figuring out their life, or like focusing a certain vision. That's what helps the feminine feel safe. And she couldn't feel safe because she was the one probably feeling masculine. She has a lot of things figured out, and he's still figuring things out. Now, the thing that you want to become aware of is, what is this other person's values? When I started going full-time on YouTube, And I before YouTube, I would date women that worked 9-to-5 jobs they hate because I worked 9-to-5 job that I hated. After I got on YouTube and I started doing what I love, I realized the person that I'm with needs to be able to travel with me. This is just my values. I value freedom, and I don't necessarily want somebody that's working a 9-to-5 job. There's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5 job, but my values and since then, I've always, the woman I had dated, and even my girlfriend, they do what they love, they work for themselves, they have that freedom. And that's because it's important to me that I'm with somebody that I can travel with. I don't have to find out if they can get a week off. They get 2 weeks off a year like I used to get at Barney's New York and Nordstrom's. 2 weeks off a year only for vacation. It just didn't work for me. And I didn't enjoy it, and I don't want to be within that same limitation if I'm dating somebody to take that energy on. So if I was going on a date with somebody, I would ask them, what do you do? What are you passionate about? What are your values? What is your connection to your family? What about your friends? These are all values you can become aware of. And maybe even somebody, let me ask you this. Is it important to you to be with somebody that is also into self-help or bettering themselves or that is spiritual? Like this video if that's the case, and look how many likes there are in this video to see how many other people may value other people being into self-help or these kind of things. So these are things and questions you want to ask. You want to ask what their values are. You want to find out what they're passionate about, what's important to them. That's the second thing. Now the third thing, you want to find out if you want this to be the perfect partner and realize perfection, by the way, is an expectation that we set. Perfection is normally, I think, also an intimacy block where it's they have to have 10 things on this list, and if they don't have these 10 things and they're not the perfect partner, that might also be an intimacy block that is keeping you single, first off. So just realize that. Perfectionism, a lot of times, if we have a perfectionist mentality, it's because as a kid, we had to be perfect in order to be loved. And then we expect the other person to be perfect in order for us to love them. So it's a reflection of that. So let go of the perfectionism by realizing you're good enough the way you are. And then when you start opening up your heart, you'll start attracting people that also is what you really want. Is you probably want, instead of all the lists, right? They're this height, this eye color, this look, all this sometimes superficial things. Focus on the qualities that you'd want. You might want an emotionally available person. You might want someone that's present. Different, right, than some stereotypical superficial thing. So become aware of that and become aware of the qualities. That will help you remove that block too to attract that person. But also, the last thing you want to ask them or get curious about them is, are they available? Are they emotionally available? And are they ready for a relationship? Because sometimes you'll go on dates with people that may just want to have sex. That may just want your validation even. That just may want those things. And if that's what they want, if that's their desire, then it probably isn't going to go into them being the perfect partner. So realize that for this, what you want to do is, one of the things you can do is be vulnerable from the beginning. And you're going to save yourself a lot of time. By being vulnerable, it's like saying, oh, I'm dating because I want to be in a relationship. So I'm, not to say this date has to lead to a relationship or anything, but you make it clear that I want to be I'm intending to be and to, I'm opening myself up to a relationship. If that's what you want. But I would imagine the perfect partner, you have to leading with vulnerability is one of the things that will open up your heart more than anything else and help other people match that level of vulnerability with you. So for them to be emotionally available, you can test that by asking questions. Are you ready for a relationship? Are you intending to be in a relationship? Ready for a relationship? Where are you right now? How long ago was your last relationship? See if they're over that and ready to be in something like that. These are questions you ask to see and to gauge them, but you lead with vulnerability, with opening up your heart. That's what you want to focus on. And as you focus on opening up your heart, they will either take on that or they won't, but that's okay. Realize that this is a dating process. This is about becoming aware of these different energies, and that as you do that, that changes everything. So remember, put the energy within. Put the energy in your own frame, in your own body, and start asking yourself, am I passionate? You start asking yourself, am I curious? Get curious. Do we have anything in common? Realize you don't need them to validate you. You don't need their approval. Find out what their values are. What is important to you? What are you excited about? What is your passion life? Are you living your purpose? And get clear as to what those are, and then see if they're emotionally available by asking them, by being vulnerable, by sharing, oh, I'm intending or looking for a relationship, not just to date or have sex, if that's what you want. And as you do, you will find and meet people that will meet you in that way. Now, if you haven't done the inner child meditations, one of the most powerful meditations I have for really healing the abandonment wound and the energies inside of us that are active, that are repelling love, and especially if we feel like we have needy energy at all, this will completely clean out the needy energy, help you be more magnetic. It's a free meditation. Go to aarondowdy.com/child, because it's an inner child meditation, or click the link below. Listen to that meditation, watch how much it changes your energy. And then also, if you want one of the most powerful videos for having irresistible energy, this video right here is the 5 traits, the 5 secrets of extremely attractive people. Watch this video, it will change your life. These are the 5 traits of extremely magnetic people. So people that you perceive to have very contagious energy that kind of pulls you in, makes you desire more, makes